Hi, this is Alexandra, and today I want to talk about the power of the apology. Now, I understand apologizing is one of the hardest things to do. So there are some people, like good Catholics, they know they made a mistake. Maybe they were ugly with somebody. They'll go to confession and confess it, but they won't go back to that person that they hurt and apologize and reconcile. They think it's just good enough to be good between themselves and God because, that person, they still feel in their hearts doesn't need an apology. Maybe between a parent and a child that happens. The parent was like, I was in my right, but then I ended up calling him a bad word, but I was angry, so I'm going to apologize and to God and confess that I was angry. But in the back of their minds, they don't want to apologize to their child because maybe pride might get in the way. If you're going to confess for something that you did to offend somebody, it's very helpful to take the steps of going back to that person that was offended and apologize. If it wasn't your fault and you feel that you don't have to apologize, then you know what? Apologize for the circumstance that, I'm sorry that we had this falling out. I wish I can go back and do it better. Maybe I wish I had not said this or had not said that. You're not saying that you initiated it. You're trying to reconcile. Whenever there's an argument, there's always two people involved in that argument. Your apologizing may compel the other person to say, I'm sorry too, I shouldn't have provoked you for this whole argument to happen. So good to apologize, especially like between husband and wives. Let's just say you had a bad day, you had a hurried day, and your children, and this happens to me more often than I want to admit, but I do lose my patience with my kids. And I know a lot of people do, and people say, don't be hard on yourself and all that stuff. But you know what? I don't want to be like that. I don't want to let my frustrations out on my children. And I do sometimes. Apologize to your children. It doesn't mean that you're going to be, seen as, less of a person because you apologize to your children. You're going to be a great example if you apologize to your children because you're teaching them that they have dignity and respect and they deserve to be treated that way. And that includes in the times that we're angry, even if we're justified. And one way I like to think of it is like this. Whenever I make a mistake, I can go to confession and go to the priest and who's there representing Jesus and say, you know what, I made this mistake and I'm so sorry and I'll try my best not to do it again, right? You go through the confession. You don't see a priest typically come down on you and scream at your face and tell you you did this wrong thing and try to shake you in way, emotionally to make you do the right thing. Priests won't do that to me. The priests are gentle and they try to, gear you in the right direction on how to maybe fix that error and how to reconcile that relationship. I can go to confession with the comfort of knowing that no one's going to point a finger at me in my face and tell me, you are guilty, you did this. And so why should I do that to my children? Why should it be accusatory and ugly, and which I happen? So I know. So yeah, I just want to encourage you that just try to think to yourself, you know what, that's not the kind of parent that I want to be. I want to be this kind of parent. I want to encourage you that it does get better and you can get better. Don't set it in your mind that getting ugly and having this temper is, don't convince yourself that that's just who you are and that's just a normal thing. And you know what? All parents are like that, so I'm okay to not to change it right now. Just do your best. That's all you can do. And you'll have more opportunities to practice that patience, right? And as parents, every day is an opportunity to practice patience. So that's kind of a blessing. Not kind of, but it is a blessing. And appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunities, as hard as they are sometimes. You will get better. Just try and don't give up, because God sees you begging for that grace, He'll give it to you. If He sees you working at it, just aim for it and don't give up on it. And so, yeah, apologizing is the start. apologizing to God, apologizing to the person you offended, even if it was because you raised your voice, looked at them ugly. You're not less of a person because you apologize. You know, apologizing takes vulnerability, and when you expose yourself to be vulnerable, that takes a lot of courage. That's what we want to be, is courageous in the face of adversity. Yeah, I just wanted to share with you. If there's something in this video that resonated with you, feel free to let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my channel and share this video. Maybe someone else might enjoy the message. Thank you. God bless.